Welcome to another episode of the Role Models Podcast. You already know what it is, man. It's Prophet, and today I am here with
Raxx.
Raxx CDB. Raxx
City
CDB.
bitch.
Hey.
You know the vibes.
Yeah, and back to what you were saying. You know what? I feel like the Canadian dream now is to actually get out of Canada, which is actually weird, and at the same time understandable. But I feel like, yeah, a lot of Canadians are going to Mexico, going to the States,
Yeah.
moving to the States, Texas, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. They're moving there and in search of like greener pastures, or like they just don't want to deal with the bullshit that's going on in Canada.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
But I mean, like everywhere in the world is dealing with that because like that was my kind of mindset in the start of all this stuff kind of happening like since COVID. But and I've made some posts. And those posts have, gotten their rounds of people kind of telling me their opinions. And I mean, I think that just the whole world in general is suffering right now, which is really unfortunate. But yeah, we just got to keep pushing through.
So what can you really do? What can you really do?
Just got to focus on yourself.
You know what's crazy is actually like a lot of people don't talk about like the pandemic anymore. It's almost like there's this like memory lapse. I mean, there's also like the psyops of like trying to stop people from talking about it. You can't even post about it. It gets flagged, it gets taken down.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like there's just this like massive conspiracy to make us forget what had happened. And people just don't really like talk about it. Like some people are like, I've tried to have conversations with people and I'm like, hey, so remember when this happened? And they're like, oh, yeah, that's actually true. Like that happened. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't know where that actually, bro.
Hollywood over here.
Blowing up the phone. Huh? No, not Obama. I wish. But actually, you just gave me a point to talk about. Take two. But yeah, it's really crazy. Like people just are like spaced out. But
They like block it out in their memory.
I understand. Like it was a very traumatic time, and like maybe some people just like blocked it out and they don't want
Yeah.
to like remember it. Like people went
That's
through a
what
lot
you
of
do
stuff.
with PTSD. You like block it out. But like luckily, like for me, like I didn't I work in film, and it was like booming at that point. So it was like I didn't like lose my job. I got a good apartment because the rent was low
Nice.
when that was happening. Like all the good things kind of happened to me during COVID. So I didn't have like a really bad experience. And I am a homebody, so I love being home.
Oh.
I kind of want the pandemic to come back sometimes.
No,
I'm just joking.
no. I mean, like for me too. Like the pandemic was a mixed experience. I feel like I benefited a lot from it in terms of like growth. Like the pandemic was one time, and I talked about this on another episode where it's like it was one time like I actually got to think. Like I had time to like be
Process.
in solitude and like really think and figure out what I wanted for my life. And like a lot of things changed after that. Like I started a couple businesses during the pandemic, and they've grown. Like they've been able to like replace my job. They've been able to like propel me to like other heights.
Yeah.
Hey man, there's a podcast that even it came out of it. You know
We
what I
wouldn't
mean?
be here right now.
Exactly. So it's like there were like some good things, but also the bad things where I feel like people are not as social as they used to be.
Right.
People are like there's some sort of trauma you can see, like you say PTSD, and like people's personalities.
Yeah.
And it really shows, especially like in the events or in the party scenes. A lot more people are actually like homebodies like you.
I don't go out anymore at
Yeah,
all.
I mean it costs a lot to go out, so I don't blame them either. There's that aspect as well. But yeah, a lot of people are just more reserved, and like Canada was already reserved before, but now
Yeah.
it's a lot worse. Like it's a lot more. I feel like it's a lot more closed off, and like people's mindsets generally like are just very closed off to new things, new opportunities, things that scare them. People are not being really bold anymore to try new things, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They're sticking to that bubble, and it's very, I don't know. Now it seems like even like for the best parties, like if you really want to like enjoy partying, you got to go out of the country.
You gotta leave Toronto.
Yeah.
Toronto ain't it.
Leave Toronto.
Respectfully.
Leave Toronto behind.
Yeah. But you were just in Miami. Like, what did you think of the scene out there?
Miami's amazing, man. I've been there before too. Like this is like my second time going out there, and like just seeing how different Americans are every time surprises me because like we're so close, to like, them and the borders, but yet we're very different.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if an American don't like you, they tell you their mind straight up right there, right then. It's go time, like, you know what I mean? But here in Canada, like people can fake smile to you. People can like, you can know people for a long time and they don't like you, but you wouldn't really know. You wouldn't like, because
Yeah.
they're fake smiling at you. They're like, nice, cordial, should I say.
I think a big thing with that too is like status in Canada, because we don't have such a big community of like celebrities, let's say, because like most of the celebrities come from the States, right? So in Canada, like everyone's trying to be that next Drake, that next Weekend, that next Justin Bieber, and everyone tries to be friends with people to elevate their status. And I've really realized that in the last year. Like I was friends with a lot of influencers and a lot of people in the industry, and just the fakeness. I don't have time for it anymore. So I stick to my little crew. No new friends. You know
Are you gonna drop some names?
No,
Yeah, like fuck that guy. Yeah.
I don't name drop.
Okay. All
But
right.
follow my Instagram and you might see it.
Oh, like you post like beef on there.
No. But little subtle things. Hints.
Yeah, interesting. But yeah, like I feel like generally, like in this industry or in the entertainment industry in general, like even in the States, like there's a lot of fake people. The only difference is, and this might sound a little bit controversial, the only difference is when they hate in America or when they beef in America, there's money coming out of it. There's clout coming out of it. But in Canada, like people be beefing and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like nobody actually, one, gives a fuck. Two, like you don't really make any money off of it.
Yeah.
And three, it's like it's not as interesting in my opinion. Like when Americans beef, it's entertaining to watch. Like there's some entertainment there, which is why they have a lot of reality TV shows. Right. Like, they find a way to channel that into something productive that they can put out there for people to consume. But here in Canada, it's like, all right, there's internet beef. There's like Instagram lives that they sometimes go on to like, hash their shit out. But it's
silly.
like it never really, there's no even celebrity boxing match, influencer boxing match in the States. Like if two people are like beefing, they might like throw some money behind that and like settle it in the ring or something, or like do a private event where they just fight it out and they able to gain audience through that, market it in a certain way, and make some money out of it. So it's like in Canada, things are just different, man. Like
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like going back to like this whole like Rick Ross,
Yeah.
J. Cole, Drake thing,
Yeah.
right? Like, but I think a big thing of that is like the record labels and stuff. Like that's how people get publicity now.
Yeah. And they're all getting publicity from it. All the blogs are always talking about it. Rick Ross just dropped a track. I believe Kendrick dropped a track as well. So it's like they're making money. There's like, marketing coming out of it. They're making money in sales and streams.
Did you hear that the Kendrick track was actually AI generated?
Also, it wasn't really him.
I don't think so, no. I think
either ways, he didn't come to say, hey, that wasn't me.
Yeah.
And, he's just gaining the publicity out of that. So it's like, it's still the same thing. There's a level of marketing that they're doing. There's a level of like, publicity that they're doing or not doing. Because sometimes it's like, if somebody says something about me and I don't respond, but it's going viral, I'm benefiting from it as well. So
and there's lots of people, we're not going to say names, in this city that do that because they think that they're on this like high horse of, I have X, Y, and Z amount of followers. Like I'm not going to beef with this little person with 5K, but it's like, it's so funny.
Yeah, drama,
and it sells, but whatever.
Yeah, if you're going to do drama, sell it. Make money off of it, profit off of it. Yeah, like, or you can come to us and we'll help you. We'll do it for you. We'll get you on the Role Models podcast. You beef that person. The next person comes on here, talk their shit. Come on, man. I'm literally giving you guys a platform. Like, Well, anyways, don't let. Of course, man. I'm that guy. I'm a businessman. Always trying to like put puzzle pieces together. But yeah,
smart. You gotta be like that in this. You gotta be really quick in this game.
Publicity is very important. And we're here to do that for you. Come talk your shit. Selfless promo. Insert that in there.
Get the link below.
But yeah, did you see that movie, Leave the World Behind?
Who was in it?
I don't know their names, but this guy that's been in there's this other TV show, Moonlight. I can't remember his name. God damn, it's this
I
black
don't
guy.
think I did.
Let me
Now I gotta go watch.
let me
it.
pull it up. I don't know his name, but let me pull it up. It's an actually interesting movie that pretty much talks about like America falling. There was a lot of confusion. Obama, you were speaking about
Is this your
Obama
boy,
earlier.
eh?
You were speaking about him earlier. He actually was part of the people that like put that movie together.
Okay.
And it's a very weird movie. A very weird movie. Julia Roberts is in it.
Oh yeah. With the ship and like
Yeah,
the
everything just
internet.
starts shutting down, and
Yes, I did see that.
there's this weird
Wild.
reference to Friends, the theme song of Friends. But his name is Mahershala Ali. I think that's his name. Ethan Hawke is also in it. But
I did see it. Yeah.
you did? What do you think about that movie?
It's crazy because like you think that technology just like runs the world, and it really does. And like looking back at like growing up and like not having social media and then having social media and just seeing the growth of it is just like it's just crazy to me what it's become. And I think with that movie, it's kind of shedding light on that, and then like just how much we depend on technology and everything, right?
Yeah.
And like remember when like Rogers went down?
Oh yeah,
Like
man.
that was just kind of like a
That was
little
actually,
mini.
yeah, man. Like I couldn't call anybody, nobody could call me. It's like just this. You're seeing
Debit
people.
machines were
Yeah, you're
down.
seeing people walking around, driving around, but nobody can really talk to anybody outside
Yeah.
of who's right in front of you, and that takes us like. I can imagine like how it was in the Stone Age or even before the technology where you had to like write letters or use pigeons to send.
We had
You
to
know what I
do
mean?
that
Like so it's
recently.
like imagine if like the grid just shuts down.
Yeah.
It's like
Can you imagine? Like literally though, like I would in my heart love to see it. Cause I would just like to see all these people that, like depend on TikTok, depend on social media, like to pay their bills. And just like I'd probably go crazy because I'm addicted to my shit. Everyone here is probably addicted to their shit. Just to see like maybe a week without social media and like what
nah,
it could happen.
we would have like chaos.
It would be
Utter
chaos.
chaos because
World War III would erupt.
I'm.
Can you imagine though, like actually think about it, like if social media and technology and the internet and all that shut down for a week, what would happen?
I think the first day we've seen what would happen on the first day. So when the media, the social media, Instagram, TikTok, everything, WhatsApp shuts down for a day, we already know kind of what would happen. There's this glimmer of hope that okay, like they're fixing it, they're working on fixing it. So it's like let me just find something to do for that one day, and like it should be back up in a few hours or the next day. If the next day comes and it's still not up, okay, people might be, panicking now. It's like, okay, what's going on? Like, why can't I still call my mom? Why can't I still like, still not fixed on the second day. The third day is when I feel like the actual like panic is gonna start. Like, okay, like this has never happened in our age of technology where like you can't call anybody, you can't watch videos on YouTube anymore, or TikTok, you can't like text your friends, you can't
Look at a
search on
map.
Google. Yeah, you can't use Google Maps. So it's like, okay, what the hell is going on? And you also can't hear the news. So now there's this like mass panic, like shit, like maybe they started World War III, or maybe like the world is
zombies are
ending,
coming.
or yeah, the zombies are coming. So it's like that's where the upheaval is probably going to start. So I'll give it 3 days without information, without misinformation, without people communicating, because now your theory in your head is going to like start like you're thinking all sorts of scenarios. Everybody's also thinking all sorts of scenarios. Nobody knows what's going on. Then you start to see the true human nature of like people start looting, people start like breaking into people's houses to like take resources, or
Yeah.
like people start hunkering down, packing, driving to fucking secluded areas to hide out because like the cities are just gonna be like mass chaos.
It's gonna happen in our lifetime. I think that with this whole AI thing that's gonna that's beginning
Scary
is
shit.
that there's gonna be like an infiltration of it, and in our lifetime, you hear it here first on role models. I think that it's gonna happen. I
And
don't
if-
want to put it out in the world.
If it
No,
does,
but-
if it does happen, you're not gonna be able to even watch this episode to like see the tips and tricks we talk about. So save this episode, like, share it to everyone.
Everyone.
Let's get the conversation going so we can spread the information before it does happen. See what I
Flip it.
did there again?
Businessman.
That's marketing.
Marketing 101.
Yeah. But
I lost my Instagram for 3 months in 2019 for being an idiot. But it was like the worst thing ever.
What'd you do?
I made another account.
No, like what happened? Why'd you lose it?
Because my first album, my tits are out, and it's because Raxx is my name, but I'm completely covered. I have jewelry on, and it's like my boobs, and people just kept reporting the photo. So then I lost my Instagram. I know, and there's half naked girls on there.
I've seen way worse than that
on
Instagram, man. Like, it's like
Instagram hates me.
That's crazy. I don't think it's Instagram. Maybe your haters just succeeded.
Yeah, no, there's haters.
Yeah.
The trolls coming out. But it's fine. I'm still here. That was in 2019, and my Instagram is popping. So.
No, you always got to be able to rise up from, adversity, or rise up from the flames and become a phoenix and be reborn. I feel like, let me just throw this in there. I feel like that's something that a lot of people actually suffer with, because if you've been in a position where you lose it all, or like everything burns down, and you are like, damn, like after everything I've done, all the work that I've put into this, like some people just never rise back from that. Some people never regain the confidence to even want to like start up again.
Right.
I say this too because my Instagram was actually hacked in 2019. I lost access for like a week, and this guy was pretty much like using my account to scam people. So like he was telling them that he was gonna get them verified if they sent him money.
Oh, he was part of that.
Welcome to the clout.
Yeah, I already know I did.
You got scammed too.
Back in 2 days.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. But for me, like, I was like, oh, damn, like, I've had so many memories with this Instagram. I've had like so many years putting content like, up and like connecting to my fans. So it's like, exactly. So it's like, would I get this back? It's, a verified account too. Like that took a lot of work to like get that, like, from that level of just posting to like, okay, like now this was before you could buy verifications, you know what I mean? So it's like to get it verified. So it's like, damn, like would I get this account back? And he was posting all kinds of stuff. Like my page was just unrecognizable, and people were like, kept like, reaching me because I had a backup page. Like, hey, what happened to your account? Da 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 da. Like, I told everybody just follow the backup page, but it was crazy. And like, I was distraught.
Same.
Because it's like, what if I never get this page back? Like, that's crazy. But anyways, because it was a verified page, I was able to get it back because like for you to get verified then, I don't know about now, but you had to send them like your documents, right?
Like
so there's proof that it's you. So it's still me. So it's like I could get it back. So Instagram recovered it for me, sent me a link back to like be able to log in and kick that nigga out. But it was a crazy experience.
It is.
And like.
And you really realize like how much you rely on your phone. So like now looking back at that, like I try not to be that crazy about my phone anymore. And I like over the winter like took a break and like really kind of like grounded myself into like who I am as an artist, because I think that so many artists, like you were saying, like you stop and then like you don't want to do the groundwork to get back up, right? And that's why I think a lot of people quit the industry, because they don't see the progress that they want. Like they don't see that they're not getting signed or they're not, on Billboard charts and whatever. But it's just more about like the consistency of being an artist, right?
Truly. You got to keep going, man. You got to keep pushing, and you got to keep reinventing yourself, because that's another thing. Like, some people are stuck in one way. They've always been that way, and they don't rebrand, they don't grow. And they just stuck there, and people get bored or tired of like seeing the same thing over and over again, right? So don't be scared to take chances and to grow.
Yeah,
really.
And that's the funnest thing about being an artist. Like you can challenge yourself. Like with my first album, it was more rap, and then my second album, I kind of I leaned more into like the Drake Honestly Nevermind kind of vibe, where it was like clubby and singy and doing that, and like looking at like Post Malone, like where he started, it was like he was a rapper, and then kind of now he's doing country. Like it's really cool to see artists kind of venture into different genres and challenge themselves. And I really, really, really want more Toronto artists to do that, because it shows more of like what we're capable of doing.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of talent in Canada. I feel like even like, the more talented people are not even the ones being showcased or
Right.
seen, right? So it's a really interesting thing that happens in Toronto where it's like just real talent is not really recognized.
Yeah.
But clout and a lot of noise is. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Question for you.
Love questions.
You might not like this one.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Are you racist?
Am I racist?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
Because like I was raised in a household where it was like just people are people. It doesn't really matter about like the color of your skin or whatever. But like definitely with different cultures, it's like a learning thing. Like with like what we were talking about earlier with Canada and stuff, and all the immigrants coming in. Like we're trying to like kind of
Close the borders?
no, that's not what I'm saying. But like just learn about different cultures, and it's just a learning experience every day. Like
Okay.
I wouldn't say I'm racist by any means, but
Do you think there's racism in Canada?
oh, absolutely, 100%. Everywhere you go, like I have black friends, I have Asian friends, I have Indian friends, and they deal with it on the regular. So it is
Okay.
sad.
But hey,
No, but going back to what you were saying, like I am the minority in the rap game, like, and I get asked that question all the time. But my mom raised me right. Like I don't look at people and see color. Like I look at people and see are they a shitty person, human being? Like that's what it's about. It's not really about the race of somebody.
that's true, and that's a good way to put it. What do you think about interracial dating?
Um, I mean, I've been there, I've done that. Like, there's nothing wrong with it at all. Like, it's crazy. Like, I saw something today on the internet about like the NFL draft, and like all the white girlfriends get like really dragged online about it. But I have no problem with it.
Okay.
Love is love, and that's going back to like homophobia too. Like, I think gay people are cool. They can date. My sister's a lesbian, you know? So, breaking news.
Okay. Is she out of the closet?
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't just out
No,
her.
I didn't.
Okay, okay, good. That would have been a very interesting.
Love you, sis.
Okay, have you ever? So would you marry a black man?
Yeah, of
Okay,
course. Yeah.
okay, okay. Why do you like black men?
Wow. Uh,
Sorry.
putting me putting me on the spot. I'm probably blushing. I just like men in general. I mean, it's not about going back to like the color of the skin. It's how someone treats me. Like currently, I'm in a relationship with a white man, but I've dated black guys in my past, and it's been great. I have to tread lightly
Okay.
because I am in a relationship. So
Okay. Okay. So she can't give us the honest answer, but
Maybe.
if you know, you know.
Oh no, I'm probably so red right now.
It's okay. We understand. We understand. The reason I ask is like, a lot of people actually get hate online for from dating like, outside of their race. So if you see a black man with a white woman, you're gonna see a lot of mixed reaction. Not just the babies. You're gonna see a lot of mixed reactions. And sometimes, people just don't like to see it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, stick to your own race from the white side, or like, stick to your culture, or stick to like, your
Those
people
people are
from the.
dumb.
Yeah,
Fuck those people.
yeah. Okay.
Fuck those people. Like love is love, and that's why like it just bugs me so much when people have to have such an opinion about everything. Like go fuck yourself. Who cares? Like it doesn't affect you. Whoever someone is dating, like it doesn't directly affect you. So mind your business, and that's why I wrote a song, "Mind Your Business." Stream it on all platforms. It's about like who gives a fuck. It drives me crazy, and that's something about social media like that I've realized recently. I'm just like ew, like it's just so toxic. That's why I took a step back.
Makes sense. What's
Yeah.
one question you've always wanted to ask black people?
I don't know. That's a good question. How to install a wig? That would be probably a question that I would like to ask.
I'm not the best place to answer that question. So we'll,
Let's do a tutorial.
A wig stall tutorial.
we'll leave it to the viewers to answer that. Maybe somebody there. Actually, that's funny. Like I actually know somebody that does hair. So if I had brought her on here, that would have actually been interesting. Trying to install wigs on a white person.
Yeah,
Maybe we should do that.
that'd be fun. I'll be here. You can invite me.
But
Put a
of
wig
all
on.
questions to ask, wig installations, like I literally
I
gave
mean, I
you.
could be inappropriate.
I
but-
literally gave you the platform and the opportunity to ask what crazy question and get the answer right now. And you asked me about wigs.
Well, I mean, I could go crazy, but I want to be
Yeah, okay. We understand.
respectable.
I understand. I know. I'm putting you on the spot. But
I'm probably so red right now.
You're
This
handling
whole-
it gracefully.
This whole interview, I'm probably so red. Like, you can't really hide it. Do black people blush?
Now, that's a very good question.
Do they?
No. No, like we get flustered, but you're
You
not
feel
gonna.
hot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you could like totally like point me out in a room and be like, she is
blushing.
flustered right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. No, we don't actually. And that's actually, it's actually interesting when you see the differences between like people say like we don't see skin color like you said like I see color. I'm black, you're white. I could say that, but the difference is there is no hidden meaning to it. I don't see it to be prejudicial or to like make laws about it, or to create a whole institution around it. So I do see color, and I think I should encourage people to say they see color, because if you don't see my color, you're not going to be able to understand my experiences of being that color.
I like that.
You know what I mean? So
I
there's
like
a
that.
deeper. They're like, yeah, a lot of people say like, no, I don't see color, but you have to, especially in this day and age, you have to, because that's the only way you can understand where a person is coming from.
Viral moment.
Now,
right
where's my
there.
Nobel Prize? Like, come on, I just
Someone
literally
get this
broke
guy
racism.
an Oscar.
You know what I mean?
No, that's
Yeah,
wow. Like,
yeah.
wow.
No, it's really deep because like we are different, but we are all humans, and it's in our differences that embracing our differences that we truly gain understanding, and we truly understand how to be together.
I
You know what
like
mean?
that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that.
Sure.
I love that.
No patent pending, so sure, take that.
No,
use
like
it.
it's yours, but I'm gonna take that with me because like that's such good. That's such
Because
good.
if I sat here and told you all the experiences that I've had as a black man, some of it might upset you because obviously, like you're not racist, but some of it might upset you just from a humanity aspect of it, and you having a clear conscience and a clear mind about other people.
Right.
But if I told that to a racist person, they might be like, "Yeah, man, you're black, so of course we don't like you."
That makes me rage inside.
You know what I mean? So it's like, because sometimes like I sit down and I think, like, why do people actually not like people from a different race? I can understand not liking people from a different culture, but not by their color of their skin.
Right.
Because cultures might mix. Even religion might,
Yeah.
like, be separate. Like, you might have, maybe you're Muslim and Christian. We might not agree fundamentally
Right.
because our faith is completely different.
Yeah. And
But-
that's the conversation people need to have because I think that it gets so confused sometimes with culture and race, right? So it's good to have that conversation
yeah.
And learn every day.
Because even for me, like, I'm Nigerian. And
You
I'm going
need
to put that.
I'm Nigerian.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that on the shirt. But I'm Nigerian and I don't like everything about my culture. So if somebody tells me, hey, like, you're Nigerian, I don't like this about Nigerians or the Nigerian culture, I might be like, oh, understandable. That's like your opinion.
Yeah.
But if somebody walked up to me on the road and told me, hey, I don't like you because you're black.
Defas right to the face.
There used to be a time where actually, like, I used to really care about, like, I used to find it offensive if somebody's like, oh, you nigger with a hard R. Or like, I've actually had that happen to me. But
What?
like, yeah, like the other day, like 2 months ago before I went to Miami, I'm at the gas station paying for my, like, my gas. And this like lady's like scratching cards, like lottery tickets.
How old was she?
Maybe 70,
70?
65, 70.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And she was just like, she was saying something I couldn't really hear. I turned back and I was like, hey, like, did you say something? And she was like, yeah, I'm talking to you, nigger. And I was like, I had to like really like take that in. And like, I looked at her And she looks at me.
That's disgusting.
It is. But like I look at her again and I'm like, you know what? I get it. You're ignorant. I'd be ignorant to lose my cool and like, say something offensive or hurtful to you. You know what I mean? It's not even like worth my time at that point to like reply because it's like, yeah, she's saying all these like, yap, but it's just yap. It's just talk.
And at the end of the day, that person is so unhappy with themselves.
No, definitely. Like you could see it in her. Like she seemed
That's
like
so
a miserable
disgusting.
person, but I didn't even give it the time of the day. And
Good for you.
the gas attendant is this Indian guy, and he's like, looking at me, and he's like, "So sorry, bro. So sorry, bro." And I'm like, "Trust me, man. I'm not even affected by this, because he could relate. Like to
Oh, yeah.
him, like it's like somebody had done it to him because he can relate to that experience, right? But I'm just like, bro, like it's okay, like
Well, you're a good person.
you know."
Because I would have been.
Come on,
Losing
it's
my
a
mind.
65, 70-year-old like grandma.
I don't care.
Like, I'm not gonna throw hands at a 60. But if a
I
young
would.
guy or if a younger man, a younger
Not a
white
man,
man,
a boy.
a
Because a
boy.
real man is not going to sit there and
Okay,
say
yeah,
that.
true. But if let's say a young boy, had said that to me, I might have handled it a very different way. But I don't know. Like, I probably still wouldn't even do anything. But now, if he's trying to pick a fight or if he's trying to like, hurt me because I'm black, then I have a fundamental right to protect myself. But very much so, like, I think it would have been very, very different what the outcome would have been.
Right.
Because the way, like, young people don't have any reason to be racist
No.
at all. Like, literally, like, we live around each other now. We've grown up with each other. So, like, when I see,
There's
like,
been
young
so
people,
many
yeah,
conversations.
that are racist, you have the internet. When I see young people that are racist, I'm like, okay, like, this is a personal choice.
But also, I think that stems from the generations of their parents teaching them as well. Like, and
Okay.
those racist, like, people that bring it down generational, right?
Yes, yes,
And that's
it,
why
it
it
can be
still
passed
exists.
on, and especially in small towns.
Yeah.
But I tell you this: the reason why in Canada, like I understand there's racism, but it's very like subtle. Like it's not really in your face. Unless it's in your face, then it's like okay, you're posed with the question of what do you do? If a white male in Canada was to want to hurt me because I was black, it's very different than if I was an American, a white man wants to hurt me because first of all, we're in Canada, like, we're supposed to be nicer. We're supposed to not have racism, right? That's what a lot of people say. Oh no, I don't see racism. But if a white man in Canada was trying to hurt me, I'd be very confused at first because I'd be like, what country am I in? But then it's like this self-protecting like part is gonna come like where I gotta like obviously protect myself. Now I've heard stories of these things happening in like British Columbia or like some places where it's like predominantly white. Like somebody like I was talking to some of my followers on TikTok recently, and somebody told me like he got jumped by a bunch of white men for no other reason than because he was black and he was at a bar and they just didn't like him. And there's some places in Canada where you can't walk at night if you're black or if you're like certain races because stuff might happen to you. And like even like there was one person that said their experience was a police car actually like saw them like walking, and the guy was like, hey, like it's not safe for you to be walking at night, right? And he gave him a ride home because he's like, yeah, anything could happen to you if you're just like on the road. And I'm like, that's Canada?
That's sad.
Like yeah, like we see a lot of like multiculturalism in like places like Toronto, but like there's actually a lot of racism here, like but I've learned that it says a lot about you how you respond to people, especially like if it's not a dire. I've had certain racist experience. Like people have called me monkey. There was a person that spat on my face once. Like like yeah, you fucking monkey, go back to where you're from. I'm like, damn. So it's like yes, color exists. If you don't see it or if you don't perceive it because you see people, then you will miss on certain parts of what people go through. Now, it's not my identity. I don't identify as just a skin color. I'm a Nigerian person, so it's like there's a lot of culture behind me, but I happen to be darker complexion. So it's like when I see somebody that's not my complexion, I I understand that they're not my complexion, but what makes you you? What culture do you have? Like, what mindset do you have? Because that's how I interact with people. That's how I observe people, right? So it's really crazy. Sometimes I think about it and I'm like, wait, people don't like people because of their skin color
I know, it's wild.
in 2024?
That's wild.
Yeah, yeah. So please see my skin color
I
and
see.
understand the experiences of a black man. It's very. The reason why I'm bringing all this up is because, like, I asked you earlier, like, if you date black men, and it's like, if you don't see color and you just see dick,
Zoom in on me.
I just, I just had to lighten it
Zoom
up.
in.
I had to like lighten it because I got very, very deep over there.
No, it's
I had
fine.
to lighten it up with that because if that's all you see, then it also falls into the narrative of why black women feel that black men shouldn't date outside their race because a lot of times like we're really just a sexual object to satisfy white women's desires and
That being said,
yeah.
I could say the opposite to you guys.
Okay.
Being a white woman and being a thicker white woman and being that is what, you know what I'm trying to say? When the roles are reversed.
Okay, from a
Like-
black man's perspective, let me try to answer that because I've dated white women in the past, and I think I've dated like 2 or 3 white women. This was a very long time ago when I was younger because I also wanted to experience what it was like to date outside my culture. I didn't just see a white woman because a woman is still a woman. You know what I mean? So it's like if a woman is nice to you, if a woman is more communicative, if a woman is kind, she cooks for you, she cleans for you, she takes care of you, she's supportive, we see all that. We don't just see the color. But a lot of times when black men are fetishized, it's like some women, like the man can treat you like shit, but if he has good dick, like
I think
it's like
it all depends on it depends on the person because like there are people for sure, but it's both sides.
Because
For sure both sides. And like men are a lot more sexual than women. But I hear what you're saying, but I'm just saying I don't think it's one sided or the next. I think it's both.
okay, so
Because trust me, I've been on this side too and
yeah.
it's both.
Yeah, no, like there are definitely some men that would gravitate towards white women because they're just white, and then like, but why I'm trying to like create the difference is because like there's certain personality that comes to being a woman. Because if you were a white woman, and let's say I'm attracted to white women, and you're very repulsive as a person, like you're very rude, you're very like unapproachable, then I wouldn't approach you.
Because you wouldn't be attracted.
Exactly,
Right.
but a black man.
Same thing for me. If a black man is there and he's like, everything is shit besides his dick, I'm not gonna go for just his dick. Like I'm a grown woman now. Like maybe back in the day when I was young, like sex, but that's with any man. Dick is dick, and this is on camera, and I'm like, oh God, Mom, hi. But dick is dick, and I think as you grow older, especially as a woman, like priorities change.
Yes, definitely. You start to look
But
for.
it's not because like it's like a black man.
Should I tell you something now?
Oh God, I'm scared.
When I was talking about fetishizing black men, and this is another thing that they say where it's like, as I get older, you're dating a what now? A white man.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like a phase has passed where now you're back to the white man.
No, but
And
that's
no,
not.
hold on. Let me land this point. You've probably found love, where you are, which is with the white man. But it's like there was a phase where you dated the black man, you enjoyed, the experiences and stuff like that. But you're ending up now with a white man, which is, let me not personalize it. Let's say white women tend to gravitate back when it comes to like the older years of like now I'm looking for stability. Now I'm looking for somebody to provide for me and like have children with, on the long term. And then they go back to the.
But let me tell you something right now. Just because he's white does not mean that it's gonna be cookie cutter, perfect shit. It's not, because like I've dated every type of guy, and everyone's
Have
different.
you dated Chinese guys?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I have.
Okay.
And it's the personality. It's not. I don't
okay.
know what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna get canceled.
Oh, okay. It's
No, but
a
I'm just saying, like, there's white ass guys that are fucking insane,
yes.
and there's black guys that are insane, and
Yeah.
I don't know, like, what I'm trying to say, but
No, like it's down to personality. You can find somebody
yeah,
that's
it's down to
inherently
love, it's down to
yeah.
whatever, but like, I'm not closing any doors, and it's not a phase by any means.
Okay.
Maybe with some women it is,
Uh-huh.
but
So you
it's
still
not.
got love for the black man
Of
then?
course,
Okay.
time. I'll be out there if I'm single again.
All right.
Hi, boyfriend, I love you.
Oh man, I'm just terrible. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm
I'm
putting you
just
in
gonna
the
be
real.
red this whole interview. Like,
Yeah.
clip
Okay.
that.
Let's go into some lighter stuff.
Yeah.
What motivates you?
What motivates me? I think it changes, but a big thing is like I'm a big people pleaser. I'm an empath. I like to please people. So my fans always were a big motivation for me. And like when people send me that message, like, "Oh, your music like really touched me," like that's the shit that motivates me. And just knowing that I am influencing young girls that look like me, and even if they don't look like me, women in general in the music industry is just dope. So my fans are probably my biggest motivation, friends and
Okay.
family.
What's the craziest thing a fan has ever done?
Oh God, what is crazy? Like I've had, I don't know if it's a fan, but I've had people like send me weird things. Like I don't even want to get into it, but also like I've had people show up to shows and like get on stage and like try to do things, like just weird shit.
Do things.
Yeah. There's one time I had someone get on stage and start yelling like I'm the white devil and stuff.
You.
Yeah, a black woman got on stage.
Wow.
That's like a crazy thing. But I wouldn't say they were a fan. And then just like getting pictures, lots of pictures, lots of
Okay.
dick pics,
Okay. Yeah.
lots of things. But I don't open those anymore. They go to my request box.
Gotcha. That's crazy.
Weird things like that, and like sending stuff. It doesn't happen so much anymore, but it used to.
Wow.
Yeah.
People be crazy.
Be crazy out there.
Have you ever had any stalkers?
I've had, yes. Yeah, I had a girl stalker once. She's insane. Like, this has been the first year I haven't heard from her, but like, every year, like, she would be crazy. And she'd make new Instagrams and DM me and then start rumors. She does it with a lot of the female artists. I don't even know her name. I'm not going to give her that. But she does it with a lot of the female artists and, like, is crazy. Psycho.
Okay.
But I live for that shit. I like it.
Stalking?
I just
Getting
like
stalked? You
I
like the attention?
drama.
You like? Oh my God! Don't let her see this. She's
No, I
gonna
know.
like start
She's
up
gonna come
again.
back, but it's
Yeah,
fine.
you're gonna be like, oh, she missed me.
Yeah. I do miss you, babe. I don't. Anyway.
Okay. So let's circle back to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think like is the best place for Canadians to move? Like if they're just like, goodbye Canada.
Like goodbye.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm looking into right
You
now.
trying to go too? We can't lose you too.
No, I know. I would like if dream scenario if it was super easy and like affordable, I would be in LA right now. But it is really difficult to get a visa to get to LA.
Yeah, because
It's going to cost you over
a
10K.
lot of Canadians are probably like flocking.
Well, like it's just like that's a dream. But I mean, I would like to go there. But I mean, I'm looking into Costa Rica.
Oh, Costa Rica is nice.
Really
I
like
just
Costa Rica.
went.
Did you? Yeah, and like Mexico. Mexico people are going. So
Yeah.
Tulum, that's where I'm going in 2 weeks. So
Tulum is expensive.
we're gonna check it out.
Let me know how that goes.
I will.
It's nice, like it's very naturisty and like very like
Hippie.
yeah,
And that's kind of what I'm about.
yeah.
But at the same time, like the thing that keeps me in Canada is like free healthcare, all that stuff. But
All the good stuff.
it's getting like, it's just crazy. Don't even get me started.
We're not gonna get you started because trust me, the Canadians already know. They know. They
They
feel
know.
it. They see it. They feel
This
it.
year is like the first year that I've really like started learning more about politics and like wanting to vote and stuff like that. And I think it's so important to vote. Like before, I was just like, like it doesn't affect me, but the effects are affecting. They're affecting really hard.
Oh man, I can't wait to see the turnout for the next election. Like I feel like
I know it'll be really
people are gonna
interesting.
use their voice. A lot of people.
53% of Canadians right now are saying like, we're too full.
Oh really?
Yeah, 53%.
Close the borders.
Yeah. And that's, again, not being racist. It's just like.
No, I definitely think a lot of provision has to be made for the people that already are here.
Did you know that as an immigrant coming into Canada, you get a perfect credit score? Did you know that? You get a perfect credit score. So all these people are coming in, having a perfect credit score, buying the houses, and that's why we don't have houses.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? Like
That's
Canadians, yeah.
That's
And
deep.
I don't even know if lots of people know that, but that's something our lovely.
One thing I do know is the banks actually they give a lot of perks when you get credit cards as a newcomer. That I do.
They're
know.
getting, like, immigrants are getting, like, respectfully, are getting treated 10 times better than what Canadians are in our own country, which is wild. But I'm trying not to be like that. As much as you want to have a voice as an artist, it's very touchy subject.
Yeah.
Because
You know what? Somebody once said, this might be hard for you to do, but somebody once said the best way to pass a message without getting a lot of flack is through a song. So rap about it. Maybe it'll,
maybe we'll rap about it.
We like all these people coming into our country. Rap about it. But no, like, I feel like it's not their fault. They want to obviously,
No.
like, get a better life. I'm an immigrant, and I came here for that same purpose, chasing the Canadian dream.
Yeah.
When there was a Canadian dream. But
yeah, and I'm not saying, like, don't, like, come here, but, like, don't put us on, like, the Canadians on the back burner.
that would be the government.
Yes.
I wouldn't blame the immigrants. I would blame the
No,
government.
and I'm not
Yeah.
blaming the immigrants. No, we're not doing that.
Because contrary, I actually feel like there's a lot of space. The only problem is that people keep staying here in Toronto. Leave Toronto.
There's other places.
Like, go to Alberta. Like, go to other places. Like, Canada is huge. But we have a problem in Toronto, and you guys are not aware. So if you watch this before you move to Canada, don't come to Toronto. Habibi. Don't come to Toronto. You can visit. You can visit, but leave Toronto for us that are struggling already in here.
The Nigerian accent, though.
Exactly. For us, we are stuck here. But for you guys, you are not yet stuck. So don't come and be stuck with us. And we'll all be stuck on the 401 because, like,
Well, don't even get me started about the construction in Toronto.
Yeah.
Ugh.
crazy. We're really in crazy times, and I do hope it gets better. Otherwise, the bubble is gonna burst. Like, people can't afford housing, like rent, anymore. Food,
Food.
the gas prices
$12 for grapes.
for grapes.
$12. Wow. Outrageous.
Even the gas prices, they're not like, we're not trying to be outside anymore. Like, it's ridiculous how, I know, like, it's not just our government, like a lot of countries are seeing inflation, but we are Canada. Where are the subsidies? Like, where are the grants? Where are, like, we need those safety nets. I don't know why they made gas expensive right now, why they implemented the carbon tax, like, right now in the midst of all of this, but that's gonna drive the prices of everything else up again. You know what I mean? Because
We're just all fucked.
even, like, with bringing the groceries here, it's trucks. So if the gas, the diesel, the prices are going up, those things are gonna increase again. If those things are increasing, the house prices, the rent, also gonna increase. So everything is related.
Absolutely.
So it gets to a point where the bubble just bursts, and it's like, okay, everybody is either fucked, or maybe the government saves us, swoops in to save us last minute. But
Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
we'll all find out together. Whatever happens, we will all find out together. And if we're fucked, at least we'll all be fucked together. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man. Canadian life is not what it used to be. Like, I remember, like, 10 years ago, like, it was a lot easier to get a job. It was a lot easier to afford rent, but now it's crazy. What's one thing that makes you feel free?
I love your questions. Like they make you think.
Yeah.
One thing that makes me feel free is traveling. And that's something that I really encourage people to do because like then you don't feel so stuck. Like we're stuck in Toronto. Like and then it gives you like different perspectives on culture and life and all that. So yeah, like traveling makes me feel free for sure. And like making music. Because it's a way of expression and something that's really important.
True. Okay. But yeah, that's the whole purpose. It's really just letting people see behind, because I feel like role models or celebrities, like people follow people blindly. But when you have a voice, you have to be able to use it strongly, like for the right cause or whatever is important to you.
That's why I get more nervous doing interviews and
Yeah.
doing shows.
You know,
Because you're so much more vulnerable.
yeah. But you know what? Like, if people are gonna like you, this is my very, very, very controversial take, because I'm Nigerian. uh, I would rather you like me because you like me. What I speak about, what I think about, who I am as a person. Oh, that's me. Somebody's blowing up my phone. But I would rather you like me for me, skin color and all, than for you to like an idea of me or your thought, assumption of me that is not me, because then I cannot really be myself. And
But
that
you have no control over that.
I don't, but I would rather you like me. So I'm not gonna hide or dim my light or hide my voice just so you feel better. And that's
And
why I don't
would-
like political correctness.
I would
Because
hope you wouldn't.
yeah, no, but that's what most people do. That's why you don't really know people. Have you noticed this thing in Canada where you've been friends with people for a very long time, but you don't really know them?
Yeah.
Even their name.
Even their last names, you don't know them. I've been friends with people that I don't know where they live. In Nigeria, it's different. Like if you're my friend, I'm at your crib. Like you are my crib. Like you know my you know my father, you know my family, you know my you know my cousins, because like we show ourselves. Like this is me. If you like me, you like me. If you don't like me, fuck off.
Yeah.
Which is what I feel like Canadians don't do. It's more of a perception, and the more we push that narrative of social media where everybody appears to be perfect or like everybody creates this like curated life, it hurts us even more. So I would rather you hear something that I said. You ask me, hey, did you really mean what you said? And I'd be like, fuck yeah, I did. And then you'd be like, oh, okay, I don't fuck with that. And then you walk away. And then somebody that fucks with that, or the people that fuck with that, is like, yeah, what he said, I like that. Versus my mouth's closed and I'm just like,
What's your sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm very outspoken and I'm very,
You get shit done.
yeah, I'm very practical. I'm a realist. You know what I mean? I don't believe in all these bubbles.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, you're in the industry, so.
yeah, no,
Bubble
but even
up.
in the industry, like if I don't like you, I don't like you. If I like you, I like you. But the only thing is like, I tend to, what's been good for me is I tend to gravitate towards the right people. So it's like people are like, oh, like this guy seems like seems like a nice fellow. But if I don't like you, you just never really cross paths with me. But for me not to like you, you have to have done something personal
Yeah, I'm the
to me.
same.
Otherwise, I'm good with everybody. Like if I don't like you, it means like, yeah, there's like serious shit. Because it's like, if you say something about me, if it's not true, it means you don't know me. But if you say something about me to hurt me or my character, then you're doing something malicious. If I confront you, because I'm the kind of person, I'd be like, hey, so like, what's up? You said this about me, I don't. I'm gonna confront you straight up like, hey, you said it. If you're like, yeah, I said it with my full chest, it's like, okay, we have beef. I don't like you.
You know what?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then it's different. But if you just said something about me and it's like, oh, you just assumed, then it's like, all right, if I still meet you in person, it's like, oh, like, yeah, you said that shit was crazy. That's not true though. You're like, oh, really? Okay, cool. Beef squashed.
Yeah. But what I've learned is everybody sucks. And you can't trust anybody. And fuck what people think. And I really, like, honestly, 10 toes stand down on that. Like, these last 2 years, I don't give a fuck what people think. I'm just doing me.
You know what?
What?
That's the best way to be.
It is.
When
Because
you
then
are
you get in your head and then you start thinking and then it just destroys you. And I used to be very guilty of that and like giving like I cared so much about how many views I got, how many likes I got, what people were saying about my stuff. And now I'm just like, who gives a fuck? I'm doing it for me. Social media doesn't need to be this and entertainment and all the stuff that we do doesn't need to be this big deal because every single person is doing it. Like everyone has TikTok, everyone's trying to be famous, everyone's doing it. Who gives a fuck? Just do what makes you happy and do like that's all I'm trying. Like I'm just trying to like get out of that mindset of giving a care what people think because I've done that my whole life, and I think that people need to be more like that. Just fuck what people think. Sorry, I'm on a tangent.
nah, for real. I feel like that's how you become the authentic version of yourself.
Right.
So it's very important to stop relying because then you give people power if you care so much about
Yeah.
how they feel about you or what they think about you.
Consume
Unless
you.
you're a complete asshole and you're Hitler, then it's like, yeah, you should give a fuck about what people
No,
say.
and I say that with like move with kindness and move with like good intention. Don't be a piece of shit, but really like with this day and age, like everyone has an opinion, everyone has an idea of who you are no matter what you do. Like it doesn't matter, like you could sit here and have an idea of me and I can't change that. Like I can act like how I'm acting, but I can't change your opinion of me, and that's like the world. And that's why I've gotten to a point where it's like just especially this year is just do what makes you happy. Stop living for everyone else because even social media, you pull up social media and everyone is fake because that's not real life. It's not what we go home and do at night. Like it's not real life, it's a facade, and people need to start living more for themselves. And I think this society will be a lot happier if people start doing that. And like who cares?
Truly, truly.
I have one friend. Shout
Shout
out
out to that
Esther. Love you. And
Truly
I have
though.
many, many acquaintances. But because like you put that guard up.
It's very important. Truly, you just need that few friends that
That's
got your
solid.
back, that that really ride for you to really be.
Yeah, what's that one guy? He's like a mafia guy, and he's like, you get 3 motherfuckers that are like the top. They can take over everything. I forget the clip, but it's that's all it
The
is.
smaller your circle is, the more, should I say, fulfilled you will end up being. The more friends you have, it actually tells you you're a shitty person.
Yeah, it's like you're just like.
Yeah, it just means everybody.
And the amount of shit that you see, like when in big friend groups of people just talking shit.
Toxicity.
Toxicity.
Yeah,
I don't need
it
that.
fosters that, because for people to truly be your friend, which is referring back to what I said, for people to truly be your friend, they have to like most of what makes you you,
And the bad shit.
and they have to dislike what makes you you. But they have to like you enough that they can tolerate your bullshit.
Yeah.
That's the way people be friends. But a lot of times, people think that by being friends with somebody means you have to like 100% of them.
Yeah.
No, like most of my friends became my friends after they were my enemies.
Well, that's what they say. They say
So turn your haters to your friends, man. Like honestly, like most of my friends became
turn the ops to the homie.
yeah, because they didn't like me, so they already know what it's like not to like me. But then maybe they met me and then they realized, oh, like maybe
They have
it's
an idea of
yeah,
you.
yeah. It's like, oh, this guy's actually not like that. So it's like, okay, he's cool. And then from there, it's like you've seen the part of not liking me. Now you've seen the part of liking me. You now make a choice. What do you want to do with that information? What do you
Yeah.
want to do? And then it's like, I'm the kind of person too. Like it's like, I like to. I'm a reflection of people. So when you see me, you see yourself.
Right.
I try to be authentic in everything and very like a real person. A lot of people don't do that or haven't seen that in their life. So when they meet like genuine people, it's like,
they get angry.
what do I do with that? You know, because they expect you to be fake and they expect you to be like them. So it's
Yeah.
like when I reflect, because it's like when people come around me and they're fake, they see the fakeness that they're showing me.
Right.
Because I'm the kind of person I'd be like, hey, like, I'm gonna tell you right, like, you know, hey, like, I see through that,
Yeah.
you know, just so you know, you don't have to do all that. You don't have to be like that. I see through it, and it's like sometimes it catches people off guard, like, hey, oh, okay, I guess I can be real with this person. And then they start to really have, because I like to get to know people deeply, like not just the surface stuff. Hey, how's the
And
weather?
it takes 3 months.
Yeah, how's the weather?
Yeah,
Oh,
how's
how's
the weather?
things? Yeah, I hope everything's good. Like, you know, that's why, and it takes a while to really be friends with somebody because you see them in different stages. You know, you're there for them, they're there for you. Like, you know, that's kind of how friendships are built.
Yeah.
So it's not just like, you know, you meet somebody at a party one time and it's like, oh, like, you know, we're locked in now, we're friends. You know, so it's like some people don't even show their real self. So it's like, how can you be friends with
Nobody
a person
does.
that I like to think I do? Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah, I like to think I do because I want to make other people like me gravitate towards me. You know, other real people gravitate towards me. And not these fucking NPCs that are all over the place. You know? Yeah. So, friendship is important. Shout out to your one friend.
She knows who she is.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't want to say that because then I'm gonna have lots of people. I have more than one friend, and I love my friends.
Drama. Should I get? You got to get it.
Just starting.
Shout out Esther.
Shout out Esther. Love her.
Oh,
She's
what?
gonna die.
Nah, it's two ways people can take that. Either it's like, oh, maybe I need to do more to be your friend or considered your friend, or oh, this bitch don't like me. So, but then again, would it
Yeah.
really matter?
No,
No.
fuck them.
One thing about you, like I like that you are yourself. You're authentically yourself. You know, when you say things,
I try to be,
Yeah.
but like honestly, that not all the time. Because like
No,
sometimes
you
I
have to
gotta-
know how to blend in. Obviously, you know, you
Yeah.
can't always be real. Jesus Christ was real all the time, and that's why they killed him.
Praise Jesus. No, but I think it's important just to be yourself. And it's taken me a long time to get to this point of I was trying to find myself, I think. And now like knowing who I am a little bit better, it's like now I'm more comfortable in my skin and I don't care like what people think. I'm not your typical female rapper, like I don't have a BBL, I'm not have like I used to be. Like I used to have my tits out, used to do all that shit and be what the ideal female rapper is. But I think it's so much cooler to be your authentic self. And those are the people that actually succeed, like the Billie Eilishes and the Drakes and the Weeknd. Like if you're truly yourself, fans see that and they pick up on that and they're like, okay, because I feel like I'm more successful when I'm myself as opposed to Raxx, like old Raxx. But it's every day you learn. Every day you learn.
So now she's new Raxx, new money.
New Rack City, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is there something, last words you want to, tell the fans?
Make sure you follow me, all platforms, Raxx Official Music. New music is going to be coming soon. We're working on it right now. We're in pre-production. Got some big shows coming up. Opening for Mims tomorrow. This is why I'm hot. Yeah, just be kind to people. I think, and be true to who you are.
Be kind and be true to who you are.
Yeah, and fuck what people think.
She's a true rebel. I like those type, Be authentically yourself and have your own thoughts.
Yeah.
Don't be sheep. You already know. It's the Role Models Podcast. Once again, it's Prophet. And we got Raxx here. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
No worries. Anytime.
Hopefully we go viral. Bump it.